Hello everybody and welcome back to your computer science tutorials. Today we're doing section 1, video 4, and today's a little bit different. We're going to be not so much coding, we're just going to be learning how to make our environment a little bit prettier so that we can do some even cooler things later on. Okay, so let's open up Unity. Oh, and for this tutorial, make sure you have internet access, because we're going to download a few things. Okay, so starting right off, we're going to do go to, in the top left hand corner, go to Assets, and we're actually going to import a package. We're actually going to import a few packages actually. First, import the character controller. It'll bring up this screen. Click Import. And it's going to take a minute or two. Let's go download. There we go. It'll go in standard assets. It'll make that folder automatically. Next, import down the list skyboxes. There we are. This is more of an aesthetic one, whereas the character controller, we're gonna create the character controller one later on, but it's a little advanced for what we can do right now, so we're just gonna stick with what we have. And let's go import one more, I think. Let's import terrain assets, and let's import that. Alright, there we go. Now we're going to learn a little bit about organization. So everything we just downloaded here is in the standard assets folder right here, which is just basic go-to things that we have in our game. And so we're gonna actually make a few more folders. First, we're gonna make a folder for scripts, and you'll see it'll come up right here. And let's put this rotate into there, and this variable script in there as well. And I think that's good for now. Now the next thing we're gonna make a new scene. So you can click File and go to New Scene, and just it'll ask you, do you want to save the changes to this one? Yeah, let's save those. And now we have a blank canvas again. So there's our blank thing. Now, if you remember last time, we sort of made this cube, and we made a platform out of that just to do some basic things. But this time, what we're going to do is we're actually going to make a terrain, which if we go to standard assets, terrain, and oh, actually, my bad, we don't need to do that. You go right to 3D objects, and the terrain is in there. They just updated it, so it's weird. And you see this ginormous thing right here. And you're probably like, oh my god, what the hell do we do? Yeah, I'm zooming out right now. This thing is huge. So we need to make this smaller. Let's not bite off more than we can chew. So click the object, this terrain right here, and you'll see this terrain script. Click this little thing right here. And now we need to change our map distance. Base map distance should be at like 500. This is just some good sizes. And resolution. This is how big it is. Right now this is 2 kilometers by 2 kilometers. We don't need that big of a map. We don't even need a quarter of that size realistically. So let's see, what does 250 by 250 look like? I think this is good enough to work with. We'll leave the height map resolution the same. But yeah, okay, so that's that. Now you're probably wondering, well, okay, we did this, so now what? We have this blank cube-like thing like last time. Well, the cool thing about this, which you can't really do with cubes, is that in this terrain script, there's a bunch of different features that you're gonna have to explore on your own, because this tutorial really won't go into too much detail. Basically, we're we're just gonna make a quick little thing. Say, let's have something. Ooh, I don't like that. Let's 1 minute. Don't undo that. Let's do it. This brush here. Let's make it like that. I'm clicking Control Z to undo. Let's make a little. Make like this U shape here. I don't know. I have some random hills, I guess. This button you can use to flatten it down, so it'll sort of, oh, if it wasn't so high, flatten to, we'll say around 60. And this makes a flat plane. Even 60 is a little high. Let's go like 10. If we lower opacity, just means how fast it's gonna do it. And we have a nice little, like, I guess you could say it's like a hilly area here. Sort of got that nice hill there. And sort of lower it down as you go. A little much. Whatever. Okay. So we have that nice little feeling to it right now. And we have these hills. Let's make a little. There we go. I like that. And a cool thing you can do with the third option is that you could actually oh, my bad. Smoothing's the third option. They just changed that. Smoothing will make it nice and flat, so you don't have these rough edges on it. Like, you can flatten these out, it'll look nicer. The fourth one is what I actually wanted. You can actually paint textures, so it's not just white. You can click this button right here. It says Edit Textures, and just add a texture. And you can click these. Let's find one. You just added all of these now, so in case you're wondering where you got all of this, select the same thing twice, I believe it is. And yeah, there we go. There's a green map. Now it's a little too green for my taste. Let's add something, and let's add this cliff one. Nothing in the second one this time. And so all we want to do is just paint this cliff thingy right here. And it's a little rough on the edges right now. And sort of just paint it around. Make your scene look a little bit pretty if you want. You can add more or less, it doesn't really matter. Now, add a tree. Do I have any trees to start out with? You could add palm trees. They come with the thing. No, that's a little much. Let's undo that. Let's get about 15 in there. I think that's looking a little nice now. It's just to give us a little variety. Details are do we have any? I don't know. They might have a grass detail. Let's see. I think they do. I think it's this one, and then you can actually increase the brush size now to like this much, a little more, and let's see if alright, yeah. So that was the right thing. The controls get a little bit funky. Let's undo what we just did there. Lower opacity, did like that much. Oh, that's still a little too much. Lower target strength too. Okay, anything you put target strength at 0. Put target strength to about that much. I don't know what's coming out this thick. I don't like that. Let's lower target strength by hand. We'll say 0.05. Oh, let's just round it to 0. 0.0 5. And as you'll see, if I click this main object, now you'll see grass sort of zooms as you zoom away. It'll actually take it off because this actually takes a little bit of memory to keep it going. But I like what we have for now. So let's keep that. So this is looking good. Man, I just do not like how this grass is right now. I'm gonna undo the grass. But that's just an example of some things you could add to pretty up your scene. You could make it. You could do whatever you want to it. You could spend a little bit. That's about all the time I'm gonna spend doing that right here. But let's throw in a few more things. Now let's see. Click on your main not main camera. My bad. We're gonna actually go to your character controller now, and you get a third-person controller or a first-person. We're actually gonna go with a first-person controller, cause, well, that's what we're gonna go with. So this is our first-person controller. As you can see, it's a little cube. He's sort of inside the terrain right now, so we want to raise him up. Click W for that sensor, and there we have it. And let's see. Now what you want to do is we have two main cameras right now. If you open up this little arrow, everything in this first-person controller is sort of stored in here. So we sort of need to edit that. So we can only have one main camera. So let's delete the main camera that's not in first person, and we'll delete that. And so we just have this main camera now. And you'll see it has this camera settings, which is nice. And we want to add something to it. So click Add Component. That's right, Skybox. And then you can just go in here, and you have a lot of items. I'm pretty sure this one looks nice. Oh, I clicked too many times, I think. And if we were to run our game now, what you'd see is that we have a very dark place, and you actually move around. You can jump with spacebar and just explore your little world. See, you can't go up slopes that easily. It's a little dark though, so let's add a light, and we'll call that a tutorial. So let's go to light, directional, raise it way up so it's out of our way. I'm liking our little island, in fact. Let's move it over so we get a little more. It's a little too dark now, actually. Okay, I'm liking it. So here's our first-person controller. We have a little. We can move around now. Let me just. You can click play to run the game. He's a little bit slow compared to the size of things, but I guess that's okay. I'm just gonna increase how fast he moves. So if you go in here to your first person on the top, just let's go to character motor. You have movement, max forward speed. Let's raise that to 10. And then let's keep the rest of that. We're good with that. I like that a little more. You can't move sideways as fast, whatever. You could turn just as fast. And this is gonna be the world we're gonna be moving on with. If you want to mess around a little more, you can try and make a house. I guess you could use some. I guess you could use a little bit of 3D cubes right here if you like. If you move these down, you can stretch it out like that. And sort of that could be a wall of some sort. And if you hit Control D, you get one the same size. You could rotate them. And let's rotate at 90s. We build square houses, not amorphous figures. And sort of do that. And you do this. So fit the two into each other like a jigsaw puzzle. Copy it again. And let's do that again. Let's rotate it around the 90 so it'll be flush against the other wall. I'm sort of building this in the area. Don't worry about building on the ground. We're gonna move this in a bit. And let's do that. So there we go. And we're gonna copy that once more. Now it's sort of like a little box. We're gonna leave it like the little box it is now, and copy, bring it. Oh god, that's way too fast. Have complete our little house. Maybe you want like a pitched roof, so I don't like not like that. Not like that. You might need to stretch it a little more and just move it to the side like that. Copy it again. Move it over, and if we rotate by the Y by, let's go like 90. That's 900. What does 90 get us? 90 gets us that way. 180 rotate it by, and you could sort of move it to that side again. Oh, maybe that was a little too long. Yeah, those are a little long. This is just all eyeballing it right now. I'm just doing it like this. And up a bit. And in a bit. Alright, we got this little house thing now. Now you're probably wondering like, wow, you just made it in the entirely wrong spot. It's gonna be terrible because now you'd have to move every object individually. Well, the trick is you actually don't have to do that ever. Sorry, just tweaking it, make it look a little pretty. Gotta try somewhere, right? Alright, so we have a little house here. And now, there's something called inheritance. What we're going to do is we're going to go to game object. We're going to create an empty. An empty object, you see it's just right here. It's literally as it sounds. It's empty. So you see all these cubes right here are a little house. So we're going to select all of those and put them in game object. And then we're going to rename our game object house or whatever. And now look at that, we have a house. And in fact, we can move it as one piece so we never have to worry about losing anything. We'll make this house a little more interesting maybe later. And just make sure you're selecting back from the main game object. And let's just plop that house right down right about right there. Looks good. And if we click play, see the fruits of our labor. We have a very ugly looking white house. Well, we could add color later, but this is good for now. Alright, that's it for this tutorial. This is just a tutorial just to get you ready for the next tutorial, because we're going to start going into some more interesting functions and just ways to manipulate the environment around you. Alright, that's it.